Hello, welcome back. Today's video is going to be about my 5 tips for a low buy. I have been on a low buy budget for this year of $83 a month for makeup and skincare. I've been talking about it quite a bit, and I realize that to some people that may still be a lot of money. However, I'm comparing myself to myself, and in 2017 and 2018, I spent so much more than that. Therefore, I am really proud of myself for really cutting down significantly compared to previous years. And I know that there's tons of people who've been doing no buys for 1 year, 2 years, and I'm sure that they have some really great tips as well, and you can check them out. My tips are specifically more for a low buy, but some of them maybe could be used for a no buy as well. So like I said, I know that, this is not some major achievement, but for myself, it is an improvement, and I think that's what's important, that we compare ourselves to ourselves and not other people. Anyway, let's just get into the 5 tips. Number 1 is to set a hard stop. Set either a very strict budget or number of items that you would want to get within either a month, a year, or something like that. Therefore, you don't have wiggle room. And I think that's really key. This is something that I made a mistake in 2018. I did cut down my spending between 17 and 18, but I still spent way too much. And I think because all I said was, oh, I want to spend less. Well, I did, but it was still a lot in my eyes. Therefore, it really helped to make that budget. Or I've seen other people where they do things where they say they can only buy, 1 or 2 new items a month, something like that. Number 2 is don't buy things the second that they release. Wait a little bit, wait for reviews. See, is it something that's really going to add to your collection? Maybe the reviews will come out and things won't be as good as we thought that they could be. This is something I really stuck to during my low buy, and there were only 2 new releases that I bought the second that they released, and that was the Hourglass Ghost palette and the Metropolis palette, because I knew those were things I really wanted. I've coveted a larger Natasha Denona palette for years, and I've also coveted one of those Hourglass palettes for years as well. Actually, I knew all year that I was planning to get whatever holiday palette that Hourglass released. To me, it wasn't really that new because they always release that, and I knew it was going to happen. So I've noticed the longer I wait to buy something, a lot of times I just kind of lose interest and forget about it. And I think with so many new things constantly coming out, it's easy to forget about something if you just wait a week or 2, because then everybody on social media is going to be on to the next thing. And number 3 is to wait for a sale or wait for a coupon. Again, this could also be that the longer you wait, you lose interest. This has definitely happened to me, like with this Sephora VIB sale all year. There were 3 of those, and I was making a wish list and I was thinking it through, and by the time the sale came around, I got maybe 1 thing max. I'm pretty sure one of the sales, I don't even think I bought anything during it. I just think, especially if it's a permanent product, wait, maybe you can get a better deal, or you can find it on another website for cheaper. Just, look around. And again, the waiting, I think, is key. Number 4 is if a new product comes out, first shop your stash, swatch whatever lipsticks, eyeshadows, highlighters, whatever that product may be, and look for similar colors. Something that I have noticed is that I may swatch 2 different eyeshadows on my hand and I say, ooh, this one's a bit lighter, this one's a bit darker. But once you get them on the eye and you blend them out with other eyeshadows, they look identical. I could do the same look probably 10, 12 times over with different palettes I have, just because once you get all the colors layered together and blended, they just don't look that different. Lip colors is another one. Also, lip colors look so different on me than they do on other people. And I think that's true for everyone because of our skin tones, and also the pigmentation of your lips changes the lip color as well. So many repetitive lip colors, it's kind of ridiculous, but I will say I did really cut down on the amount of lipsticks that I bought this year. I only bought a few, and I still feel like I have too many because I tend to wear the same colors over and over. And yeah, a lot of times you put something on your lips and it doesn't really look like how it looked swatched or on another person anyway. Number 5, this is a little bit different. This is in regard to project panning. I would say if you want to do a low buy and you don't project pan, I would suggest trying a project pan just to see how long it takes you to finish up certain items. And then perhaps it may talk you out of buying some things such as, if you work on panning a highlighter and you realize how long it's taking, you may want to buy less highlighters. On the flip side though, I think if you are a project panner, perhaps consider taking a break from project panning, whether it's just 1 or 2 days a week, or maybe for a whole month, or whatever you may need, because I have found, I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but sometimes if I finish up a lot of stuff project panning, then I tend to actually buy more or be tempted to buy more because I think, wow, I finished 6 makeup items in this project pan. I can go buy more. And that is kind of a weird thing. You think that that wouldn't happen. It's kind of opposite reaction as to what most people would have, but that definitely happened to me. And I have found that making sure I take a break from project pan items 1 or 2 days a week really helps, because I'm shopping my stash, I'm using more palettes that have been neglected. Otherwise, sometimes if I'm using the same products over and over again, it may feel to me like my collection is much smaller than it actually is. And then I feel tempted to buy more things, which is, again, kind of weird, but that's just how my mind works, and something I've noticed when I've been doing a lot of project pans. Alrighty, that is it for this video. 5 simple tips for low buy. I know there's tons and tons of these videos out there, and I know that there's tons and tons of people doing no buys, which is absolutely fantastic. But some of these tips, they really did help me on my low buy this year, and I will be doing a low buy finale type video. I don't know if that is up at this point yet or not. That is it, and thank you for watching.